This station rules the nation. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. This station rules the nation. Truth FM 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Get the best of news, views, and entertainment on Truth FM 96.1.
Bum bum bum, dum dum dum, and I'm yet wondering, just thinking how to start this morning. Oh yes, I'm just thinking how to start this morning, and the songwriter says it's got to be God. Well, folks, we like to say a pleasant good morning. This is what we love doing best in this business. No holiday. Happy New Year. This is the TBS. We'd like to say a pleasant good morning. Welcome to Liberia's biggest breakfast show. Starting on the new year, the first day in the month of January. The first day, 2024. And this is the first presenter on the True Breakfast Show. 2024. It's got to be God. I'm wishing you all the best new year and a rich life. May this year be fulfilled with prosperity for you all. I wish you have to celebrate well 365 days. Enjoy in 2024. And I say cheers to the new year. On this backdrop, we'd like to say a pleasant good morning. Welcome to the TBS. The love of liberty matters here. Let justice be done for all. And let's take our motivation this morning. And someone get me Bobby Bleedy Addison for our motivation this morning. And let's see what you have for us this morning on this Monday. 10 minutes up to 8 o'clock. Happy New Year to the TBS crew members. Good morning. This is Bobby Addison. A person who should set his goals as early as he can and devote all of his energies and talent to getting there. With enough effort, he may achieve it. Oh yes, or he may find something that is even more rewarding. And guess what? But in the end, no matter what the outcome, he will know he has been alive. Bobby Bloody Addison this morning. Good morning, Nima County. Good morning, Lofa County, Grand Judet. Good morning, Grand Kidman, Bapolo, Sino Mangibi, good morning. Maryland County, good morning. Happy New Year, Monserrato. This is the TBS. My name is O'Neill. This is O'Neill Roberts, Maka Davis. Indeed, God is the greatest, man. From January to December, it's got to be God. Yes, good morning to the Southern Listener Association. Yes, good morning to you. It's great to see Maka again since last year. I mean, I'm seeing you back. Happy New Year.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm also happy to see you since last year. We were here 2023 and again 2024 we are here. It's a great thing. Let me say happy New Year to all of our followers, to our family people, family members, those of you who have been following us, those of you who have been critiquing us, those who have been praising us. Yeah, we want to say Happy New Year to all of us, and we wish for a prosperous 2024, new levels and all of that. So we say thanks to God for giving us the opportunity to see 2024, because there were a lot of people who did not have the opportunity to cross into the new year. So yes, with 21 days to inauguration, we are grateful that we are here.
Oh, you counting the days already?
Yeah, to see the beginning of a new government.
21 days to inauguration.
Yeah. So, guys, the greatest, would you always say. So yes, we wish for all the best, and we hope that the TBS will experience some great things in 2024. We wish that we will reach the time when Liberians will get to recognize the work of the media, will get to recognize the importance of the media, and that they will give media practitioners the kind of respect they deserve, and that our work will not go in vain. We know within ourselves that the contributions we are making to the country is immense. There is no democracy without the media. There's no development without the media.
We are member of the fourth estate.
So even the people in government, you see, sometimes when we talk, they say, "Oh yeah," they begin talking. Forget it. The issue is they know very well that even their own offices, even as a minister, as a representative, the work they do, the president, without the work of the media, I mean, they cannot achieve some of the things they have achieved. You know, one time I said that, for example, let cut off all of the online television, let cut off the radio station, close the newspapers, and let the president speak to the nation. Let's hear it.
It's not possible.
You understand?
Maybe you should be asking Donald Trump.
Yeah, so the president will not take one big megaphone that can cover the whole of Liberia. So the media is here playing a very important role in the development of this country. You cannot you cannot talk about development in Liberia and leave the media behind. So we want to say, as we enter 2024, we want to urge all of our value partners who are doing business with media institutions across the country to live up to the commitment of these contracts and businesses, so that the media can also prosper. Thank you so much for praying for each other. It is great that we are here. And let me say Happy New Year to my own children, Michaela Davis, Lana Davis, Linda Moore. Good morning to all of you this morning. Happy New Year. And to the rest of the extended family members, we say Happy New Year to all of us.
Yes, Happy New Year to all of our religious listeners. We have a special greetings for you all this morning. And those of you following us on the Facebook, just say Happy New Year. That's all you should do this morning. Just drop it up and say Happy New Year. Remember, the prayer points were not easy last night.
I know.
Look, hey man, at least you're killers.
People who already had people who had unfulfilled resolution was doing another resolution again.
The whole of Ghana's was shut down last night. Hey, man.
What about Dupo Road?
Yeah, at least you didn't do well, man.
I left from year 12.
At least he didn't do well last night. Hey, man.
I wanted to ensure that we have active news this morning, so I'll hear.
Affected Pinsville.
Oh yeah. Oh
man, the whole Ghana's were off.
The motorcyclists were even running. I was the first.
Anyway, let me see, man. You don't treat us like that. Anyway, yes, this is the Breakfast Show. It's great to be back this Monday morning, the first day of the True Breakfast Show 96.1. We have a very special package for you this morning. Good morning to His Excellency Josh. We have good to respect our leader. We're 21 more days, like Becca has said, to say goodbye to the president. So we'd like to say good morning to you. Good morning to the president, Joseph Yima Boyka. Yes, as he gets set to take over in 21 days' time. All right, time can fly. A thousand of years, just like a day to God. Easy.
So people taking our personal effects.
Yes.
Even go to your personal thing and go clean the office.
We shouldn't go too hard in the morning. Yeah, let lip. Yeah, tomorrow, it's a full blast.
Yeah, so what we got this morning?
Yes, okay. Yes, we just go ahead. What we have this morning?
Okay.
Yes,
the New Year Day's presentation.
Look at Richmond and in the Christmas. We see the message. Professor Rich, no, Richmond is the message. Prof, we want to send a message. I want to send the prof another message back.
Okay.
This is the only message. Go ahead, do your lineup.
Yeah, so the New Year Day's presentation 2024. Wow. The talking points this morning, as usual, we'll do the health tips with David Coty. 5 minutes of our time here on the TBS is a regular feature now. Again, Happy New Year message from RCR to all of our cherished listeners, including current and incoming government. At 8:15 to 9 this morning, what can we do as Liberians in the new year to make Liberia a nation to emulate? This is a country first message this morning on the TBS. Listeners can call to participate on the discussions. 9 o'clock prompt, like we indicated, we will play a repeat of the interview with President-elect Joseph Yuma Boaka. You remember that interview here, so it will be live this morning on the show. Yes, up to 10 o'clock.
Yes, and that interview will be relayed by a couple of radio stations.
Okay.
The interview we had with the President-elect Joseph Yuma Boaka, that was a prophetic interview.
Yeah.
So we need to start the first year with a repeat of Joseph Boyka interview he had on Truth FM. Will be relayed on Punch FM, Radio Monrovia, and other frequency, Truth FM, Nimba, and other frequency across the country.
Yes, so listeners, you can tune in to the last segment or continue to stick with us until the end of the show so that you can get a gist from that interview and the takeaways.
That interview is a package show.
Yeah, no matter takeaways in it. Like we have said before, the media will always play the role of reminding people and telling them this is what you say you are going to do. So Liberian people, follow us this morning, listen to JMB before he was elected. Yes, so he came here. So in the midst of all the country first, again, we have started this year. We will continue to talk about peace. We'll continue to talk about how we can all help contribute our little ways in developing our country. I mean, we're in the modern world. A lot of things are happening in other countries. As we travel to Dubai, to other places, to the United States, we'll come back. Let us try as leaders with authority over policy making and all of that, so that we can emulate some of the good things out there and bring it to our people, so that we will not be on our way out of the continent. I spoke with one lady who came from the States 2019, and I asked her, when you interact with the young people of Africa, what do you hear? She said, all of them are on their way out of the continent.
Yes. Going to Europe.
Said, all of them are on their way out of the
America.
continent. Say you will not meet one young person in Africa and ask, they will not tell you, say they want to leave.
Okay.
So we can make Africa better. Yes, we can make Africa better.
Let's make Africa better. This is the Breakfast Show, 96.1 Truth FM, the heart and soul of Liberia. It's 8 o'clock. Let's bring on Derek Ernest Kuti with our health tips. Yes, at 9 o'clock this morning, if you want to announce, we'll have a repeat of President-elect Joseph Yuma Boyka interview play live on Truth FM this morning. Let's bring you health tip with Derek Ernest Kuti, the man who is taking his job very seriously. Yes, Derek, don't miss this job. Derek, good morning, and happy New Year.
Thank you, and happy New Year to you and to MARKA and to everybody at RCI and all of your listeners around the country. Today is a special day. We passed the old year and have come to the new one. I'm sorry, Chancellor used to play his script. All right. Our topic today is early detection. The first step to good health is early detection. It is always good to go to the hospital by yourself once or twice a year to find out whether all of your organs are okay, than for people to rush you there. It could be too late. I know many government officials and private citizens, big people, who were rushed to the hospitals here and even abroad, but could not make it. Sometimes I hear people saying, the man was not sick. The woman was not sick. She just complained this morning about headache. The man just complained this morning about his stomach. By the time we rushed him to the hospital, he died. My friend, you will not know whether you are sick or not until you go to the hospital. So to be sitting on there and blaming other people for witchcraft, no, you are the problem. You are the problem. There's no witchcraft business in this whole thing here. Now, let me say this to you. Sometimes the best thing to do is to go to the hospital to check yourself. So go to the hospital today and find out whether your heart is working well. Your heart is responsible to pump blood throughout the body. If it stops working for several minutes, you will die. Go to the hospital today and check your liver, see whether it's working well. Your liver is responsible to filter or clean the blood that comes from the heart and sometimes from the intestine. It cleans it before sending it to the rest of the body. The liver is also very important because it performs 500 other jobs. It works 24 hours nonstop. If it stops working, you will collapse. Go to the hospital today and check your kidneys. Your kidneys are responsible to remove waste and extra fluids from the body. If it stops working, if your kidneys are shut down, you will need what the doctors call dialysis or kidney transplant, which will have to give you another kidney before you can live. But if it stops working, you will live for only a few weeks or days. The bladder. Please go to the hospital to check whether your bladder is working correctly. The bladder stores pee pee or urine until it is time for you to pee pee. Now remember this: when the time comes for you to urinate or pee pee, don't manage it. Go and pee pee right away. Don't mind that football game and say let me just 15 more minutes, let the game end. No. When you do that, you will suffer from what we call UTI, urinary tract infection, and that's very bad for you. Then you may start looking for more money now to go to India and other places. Now, so that's what I have for you today, and I want to thank you very much. So the main advice in this new year is to make it your business. Like in the West, in America, Europe, it is a normal routine. A normal routine. People have a schedule, a yearly schedule, monthly schedule for them, the children to always go to the hospital. Because that engine, that body you have there, inside, got plenty of things there that God put there to work for you. If you don't check on them and something happens, they will rush you to the hospital and you will not come back as a human being, especially when you go abroad. You will come back as a cargo. Thank you very much.
David, before you go, what's your resolution for this year?
You think I will sit to get married? Maybe you want to just bring some embarrassment to me this morning. Okay, I want to be a good person this year. I will make sure that I change.
Do you want to be close to your uncle?
I told you I'm already a member of the first family. This is not trying to be close to, I'm already there. I'm already there. So as a member of the first family, I'm already there. Like I told you before, I always call him Uncle Joe. And now that he's president, I'm not going to call him President Boakai. Whenever I meet him, Uncle Joe. Even in the public, Uncle Joe. And I hope all of us can learn to call him affectionately by that title, by that name.
No, I used to call, I normally call George Weah, President. We have my black president. The president elect said I should start practicing how to say Joseph Boyka, President Boyka. You say Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe, you can call him President Boyka. You're not our family. You're an outsider. Just like you said this morning, that interview was a perfected interview. What? Two things I remember in there. You better start practicing now. With me, he was already sure. And when he said President Weah was never going to return to the presidency, those two parts, it was like God was saying, say it. And it happened. You see? So don't worry about me. Even that expulsion thing you're always talking about, it was a radio expulsion.
You bring expulsion. Today is New Year. Oh. I want you to be like Professor Anderson.
You bring any topic, I will answer you.
All right, they will bring you back, Shirley.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Yes, David Onas quoted with our health tip. Yes, I like his energy every morning.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, at his age, he's always willing to come in true. Yes, this is the Breakfast Show 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia, Truth FM. Good morning to all of you listening via radio, those of you following us online. Again, I mean, the messages just rumbling from WhatsApp to direct text to the social media.
Yeah, we really pray that we'll have the opportunity to respond to everybody.
Yeah, it's not possible.
Yeah, if you don't respond to certain people, you get in trouble.
No, but the thing about text messages, take for example, let's explain politics for you, right? Ben and you normally don't send text to Joseph Boyka, right? Maybe this New Year, yes, say happy birthday. I mean, happy New Year, President elect. Yes. Then when JMB sees it now, I will say, okay, this is Ben. Okay, Ben. Happy New Year. Let us gonna text messages. You know, let go through it around, man.
Exactly.
If we'll move on as a country.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. So
let's start out with Happy New Year greetings.
Yeah. Just before that, let me just say thanks to the president-elect and his team for going to Total Town yesterday. I think it was laudable. They presented some 10 million Liberian dollars as well as 200 bags of rice. He went to the mass burial site. He went to the church, had engagement with responders, community leaders, and all of that. I think it was very important to do that. And also thanks to the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, yes, who sent
condolence.
Yes, to us for what happened.
That information blew up Ghana everywhere.
Yeah.
People,
some
friends are asking, is this true? Is this true? I mean,
that was a major issue. So I think we needed to have declared a day of mourning also. But however, that's why it is.
Yes.
But we wish the soul of those who died rest in perfect peace. I mean, that's God's will. That's disaster. You know, sometimes people don't have control over these things. So what is it? Thank you. But the only problem I have is, why the president let trouble with only one media institution?
Okay.
What happened to the other media institutions?
You mean when the spoon went?
Yeah, when the spoon went live. Okay. Even the story I did, I got to get extract the audio from the video. You saw how bad the audio was.
Yes.
So I think the media team
have to work on it. Yes, you have to work on it.
The media cut across. Please do not do selecting media stuff. It will not be good. If you are doing some major things, you elect us in the newsroom. We'll send a reporter to go.
Let me play the point to it. Don't be like this. Summer tour interview. All summer tour interview are just one media institution. You see, at the end of the day, what happened, right?
Yes, we'll send a reporter and we'll have the quality material we want because we want the quality broadcast. We can't be, struggling for SF like that. So please, we want the next time. It always don't have to be True FM, but
at least you can 5
of other media institutions,
5 print media, 5 electronic, then the online too. Make it 5.
Don't have to believe that
maybe they post this setting up.
One so and so platform carrier will go across. No,
maybe they still setting.
Why they setting the other people are out there so they will understand.
The executive man should still have a press bureau.
Oh no,
so maybe they're still setting up. Let's wait. But on a very serious, you are right about it. I mean, one media institution. Everybody in this country listen to certain stations, right?
Absolutely.
They read certain newspapers. Yes, everybody have their own order. So we want to appeal. If that was an oversight, next time, we don't want further reoccurrence. One media institution can make this happen. Yes. Thank you so much. The president-elect, yes, 10 million Liberian dollars, 200 bags of rice. Yes. And emphasize something, the importance of basic education for citizen safety.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, self-awareness and protection in it. People want to hear in the money aspect. So, the president left 10 million, but there was a key word behind it.
Yeah.
You see the same thing you were saying, MARKA? Because maybe other media institutions didn't pick it up, but one of the key words that Joseph Boyka said yesterday, he emphasized on the importance of basic education for citizens for safety. Self-awareness and protection in case of emergency situation. And I mean, this goes down to the school. Anyway, yes, let's move on. We have a Happy New Year message from RCI to all of our cherished listeners. I want to say thank you for doing business with us. Those of you who listen to us from January to December, we appreciate you so much. I want to say kudos to our Chief Executive Officer in presence of from the representative-elect, Musa Hassan Belite, who doesn't interfere with our work here. Want to say kudos to you. If I were naming one person, politician of the year, I would say Musa Belite. Yes, Musa, don't interfere, repeat, with our workings here. I want to say Happy New Year to you. Thanks for the work. And thanks to the people of District number 7 in Nima County, for electing Musa Belite. I want to say good morning to Lai Belite, the Director General at Truth FM. Thank you so much for keeping the dreams alive of this station. Do you know what it takes to run a network without LEC? We burn 38 gallons daily. Many people don't know. When the station is off, everybody says, oh yeah, True FM is off again. What's happening? You don't know it all. In the block I too, you don't know it all. You know it all. We burn 38 gallons a day. So sometimes, the station is off. We go through a lot. We pray one of these days that LEC will reach to our end where we'll have electricity and go 24 hours. Yes, kudos to liability. Our special consultant, Chris Salif, the business department, the human resource, thank you, the news department head about MARKA Davis, the guys of the security department, the technical department, and of course, the radio department, what I'm presiding over as a speaker. Yes, because radio starts from the technician, then comes through to my department. I set the pace for MARKA to come true. Otherwise, you won't come true. Yes.
The day you tell me don't bring news here today,
it will not be. No, the day the technical say, Mama, you're coming on. Damn it, when David Cody come on, so gonna hair cut, let's juggle this one. Then the technical say, the Michigan come on. MARKA, I'm feeling ready to find new script. The technical man say,
hey, boy, Russian they're gonna read with you.
Let me joke you with this one, and I'm sure the late Mamani Diakete, who used to be on a breakfast show. I remember one point in time, then I was on Traffic Plus. Raul Salif and George we are contesting the senatorial elections. So Robert was supposed to come on air. And normally George won't come for interviews. So Raul was due to come on the air. They I know what running there digging the technical room. Look, as you can see, Mamadi Diakete that day. Mamadi wanted to go in the technical room. Say, Chief, they play that area. They play. If you touch one thing here, you spoil the whole thing. Say, Chief, you the other one. No, man, I got idea on. I said the machine like 50 kVA. It's different. And I talk on to when you yell home one time, boom. They say, yeah. Well, technician, I think you know the important. Look, everyone, every institutions, they are important. Yes. Good morning to all the janitorial departments. Nancy Cecile, thank you so much. The security, yes, and of course our contributors, our reporters in the rural areas. Home with you guys this morning. Thanks so much. And let me also greet the outgoing government officials. Those of you who've been with us throughout the 6 years, I know you have not been easy. Some of you are return. Let me just do a prediction. Those who live in the George Weah government, there are few who will retain their position. Good morning to you. Thanks for keeping it up. And the incoming officials, don't see the media as an enemy to you. We are members of the Fourth Estate. We are here to promote. If library will be developed, you have to work with the media. And we will play our professional rules. Good morning to you. Then our silent listeners, there are people who don't call. Most of you are in the corporate world. You're listening to us religiously. The doctors, the nurses, the bankers. Those of you in the private, you don't call, you don't text, but you monitor us every day. Good morning to you. Thank you so much.
Yes, and let me say a special good morning and a happy new year to my big brother, Fidel Weah. Yes, you've always been a big brother figure to me, and I want to wish you a happy and prosperous 2024, you and the family. I mean, you're a strong man.
If I call him and the other people who me so I'm not calling anybody.
You're a strong man.
A strong man.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the Callers Association. Do you know that because of calling on the air, I'm sure maybe don't take personal offense to this. Most of our regular callers who call, this is where I have to promote them in that district.
Some of them
in that county.
Some of us who want air.
Yes, most of the callers they are even popular. They listen, they call every morning. That name have become a brand. Just by the voice, you know that tune already who's on the air already. Yes, that's how the media promotes people. The dump truck that built the executive mansion, after the mansion is completed, so don't allow that dump truck to pass before the mansion is too old. Yeah. Good morning to all of you. The drivers. Hey, man, the driver department, man. You see the poor camera, I say, who record that? What side? But Mohammed, Tarawari, yes. Yeah. Yes, you guys are very special. Yeah. Good morning to the driving department, the security, the technical, and just every one of you would like to say good morning. This is the True Breakfast Show, 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. And of course, how many years now? MARKA and I on this team, almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Since having a good partnership.
Yeah.
And we'll play our professional role in the election. And that was our major test. One of member on the Supreme Court bench, I won't call the person name, yes, and say, well, to follow us throughout the election process and praise our professional work through the campaign period. It's not easy with journalists, man. It was not easy.
There were a lot of temptations.
Oh God, Parapunde. Chai, and not easy. You come in between the line from district to county, then the whole country,
The whole national level.
whole national level. Not easy. You make sure when you want to turn that the other one say, oh, you finish taking side. You think that the other person say, oh, they finish buying it one. That's how it was behind it between the scissors. It was not easy. Then what broke it for us was the interview with the U.S. Sachet Affairs. Yes. The people listen to us. Good morning to our foreign partners. Good morning to all of you. You monitor us every morning. You listen to us in the morning to help keep our peace. We'd like to say good morning. Good morning to you and Happy New Year. We pray for a better Liberia. 2024. Yeah, man. Some people gave out the ghost last night. There are some who on oxygen. You know, we want to say thank you all. Thanks so much. Let's move on and make Liberia a better place. Yes, so let's see what we have this morning. I see, yeah, the person keep calling me. I'm live, man. Yeah, yes. So let's see what we have this morning right here on the TBS. The first segment, let's go to the first segment. This is a very beautiful thing for the whole country. The outgoing officials, if you are left something what we call your trademark behind, then your legacy will live. If you're deputy minister in that department, if you're minister proper for this ministry, even if you'll not be retained, you have left a legacy behind. That tomorrow you'll say, when I was Minister of Finance, when I was Minister of Commerce, it was under my administration, Roy Price didn't go up. I'm just saying, yeah. When I was the director at the MPA, when I was the boss at this transport, when I was chief of traffic, there was rules and regulation in the traffic. When I was chief of traffic, when I was public safety, when I was director of police. Ain't easy. Ain't easy. What can we emulate as a country in 2024? Yes, we're going to do the telephone line opening up. Then 9 o'clock this morning, remember, we're still going to play a repeat from the interview. That was a perfected interview with the president-elect Joseph Boyka. We'll play that live at 9 o'clock this morning. Yes, let's see. We can get the lines open up.
Yes. Again, 0770-202579. 0770-202579. You can call this morning.
Yes, 0770-153-265. John Flumoso who left him. Oh, who remember him too? The Saturday morning special team. Yeah. Yes, good morning. So the topic here is what can we do as Liberians in a new year, in this new year? Now election is now over. We have a new incoming government to make Liberia a nation to emulate. Yes, let's see if we get calls coming.
Yes, let's take the first call this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Onu, and good morning to your court.
Good morning.
This is the voice of Dylan Padley calling from our local community resident district number 4.
Okay.
I want to say Happy New Year to you and your family, to you, and I really appreciate your effort for the entire work you are here.
Okay. So answer the question of what can we do, okay? So maybe David Cody can set the pace for us. Yes. Let's speak up from a lawmaker. David, what can we do as Liberians to emulate for the new year?
Thank you. We can do many things, but three major things by three different groups of people. Number one, the government. If we want to make this country a better place for other nations to emulate, number one, the government must respect the rule of law. Any nation whose leaders don't respect the laws of the land, that country or that nation is headed for dump. Now, for example, if you are a president or a lawmaker or whoever, appointed person, whoever you are, learn to respect what comes from the law, the courts. When you do that, investors will be free to come to your country. They will say, oh, those people can respect their law, they respect their own people. I'll give you one example. I'm not here to talk about the 51st legislature so much, but can you imagine, 2018, this government owed us 8 months in 2018. We pleaded with them. They said, okay, we can pay 8 months. That's the arrears now. They said, we can pay 5. I said, no problem. 2019, we ran behind the nowhere. 2020, nowhere. 2022, we said, okay, since the government can't listen to us, we'll go to court. We went to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court ruled in 2022, pay the people their money. Since then, from that time up to today's date, one rate cover we have not received. Now, can you imagine that? The court, the highest court has said, pay the people.
Okay, so number one is respecting the rule of law.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number two, our leaders must be open-minded. Once we're a president or a lawmaker or a minister, whoever you are, remember one thing. The title you hold, the position you hold is not your entitlement. It's not something that you're supposed to have at all costs.
Okay.
So you must be open-minded by listening to the people. When you build a new hospital, we will clap for you and say thank you. When there are no drugs in the hospital, listen to us and put drugs there. But you can be like one mini god, a demon god. Now, number three, the citizens must stop deceiving their leaders.
Okay.
I know of some people who are members of the National Hallelujah Choir. Oh no, government does no wrong. Everything is clapping and praising. You can't do that. You destroy the government. The best thing you can do for your best friend is to say the truth to him.
Okay.
He will correct himself. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Yes. David Cote. Yes. Yeah, I think he's right. Respect
he's
the
right.
rule of
Yes.
law.
Yes.
The rule
David
of
is
law.
right.
Joe wanna call that.
Yeah. I'm seeing a veteran call coming in.
Let's pick up Joe Notoire Wonder. Joe, good morning. Good morning. Happy New Year. You live. Good morning.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year for you over there in studio.
Good morning.
We have been given a tax as journalists. And that tax has to do with what the president-elect just left, the war he left over there in Dotota. How do we educate our people? O'Neill, this thing, it didn't start from George Weah time, from J.J. Robert time. Our Liberian people have been in the kind of way of, carry on that stuff. What will you hear about bomb scares? Someone say, I want to go see the bomb. You hear about fire, say, oh, I'm going to see the fire. And only I listened to a situation right on the Ralphie Road where I live. A friend of mine was driving towards one of the beaches. A car overturned right in front of the barracks. And the two young guys who went there with the intention of, you think they were going to help me. The first thing they were going for his phone. He got to check the phone from the guy and put it on his chest, and you were lying out between unconsciousness and whatever, and you were able to call your wife. So the attitude of when accident happen, people go there to go and steal from survivor. Look, it's a troubling something. So the journalists now we need to ask for support from agencies and government herself to educate the public. This is not a good thing for us.
Okay.
You see, 50 plus human beings have died. I saw it before and after the video. Only this is serious. Liberia should stop this kind of thing. This is wrong. In a more that they die, we sympathize with them, but they really took themselves there to go and kill themselves. They were not ready at all. They talked to them to leave. They refused to leave. I said, when the team blazed, when I saw it, the tears dropped out from my eye. I caught the video of yesterday when I was looking at the entire thing. I mean, we got to wake up as journalists in this nation. Let's put aside politics and educate our people, especially those who live on the highway. That they are usually happy, not yesterday, not today, the thing started.
Okay.
So thank you for the airtime. But I just part of us will have to tell us that they educate our people. They should stop this thing. Thank you for the airtime.
All right. Great. More calls up on the Breakfast Show.
Yeah, let me take this one.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Marka.
Well, no, it's not good for us.
The feedback is terrible.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh no, we can't.
No, let you go, man.
Yeah.
Let you go, man.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, I'm calling for thank you, my family.
Okay, thanks for joining us. Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, which is many returns.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to tell you, family, thank you for the immense contribution to the country. And I'm currently doing a recommendation to the radio department to bring us back the NICA program, which is the What's Your Feel program.
Yeah, you're crying on. We'll discuss that one. Our fuel to win 38 gallons daily. Anyway.
Okay,
Yes.
that's a request. But however, the general topic. Okay, he just left it long.
We shouldn't deal away from the topic, man. Please.
Yeah.
What can we
do
emulate
differently for people to emulate us?
Yes, man. Other country will say, "Yeah, won't be like Liberia, man."
Good morning.
Good morning, my guy. And I want to say good morning to Winnie Robert. My name is Albert Pico, and
Go ahead.
First of all, I'd like to extend my thanks and appreciation to you guys. When we're talking point, I'd like to also say Happy New Year to you and Marka in studio.
Okay.
There are two things we must do differently this year.
Mm-hmm.
One, we should cut down the waste bill as a government. Only a lot of times, if we understand our government, we are very running a recurrent budget, recurrent expenditure, where we spend so much on goods and services and salary and few go to development. So I ask this question: the people who we spend money on for salary, what are they doing? What are the jobs? What are the TOR in offices and things? To have effective government, we want to maximize at least small government, but very effective. So we can spend some of the money to go toward robust development. And that's thing we must do as the people of Liberia. If we are part of a system that we support somebody, if something goes wrong, we should be able to stand up and say, you have gone wrong, criticize you and provide recommendations. Not to be sick offensive about it. Saying I support you and I know you're doing it wrong. I just keep supporting you. In life, one of the professors always tell me, if to be loyal is good, loyalty is very much good. But when you are consumed by loyalty, blind loyalty as a matter of fact, you are a fool. So we must embrace ourselves and so be criticize our leaders. They want to do wrong. And lastly, what we must do, we should expand our government. You know, expand in private sector. I mean, a lot of people have been hired to of going to government. So we are qualified for me and have a degree program education. But our issue is not about going to government. No. We want to create our own self in the private sector so we can be able to work and support government too.
Okay.
There are a lot of things we're not creative on how we do that in front of our country.
Okay.
We must be animated about changing like videos.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think you were in line with David and in line with the topic.
Yes.
Thank you.
I mean, what do we do to for other countries to emulate us? That's a good one. Bobby Addison, morning.
Yeah, Oli, good morning and Happy New Year to you and Marka.
Happy New Year to you and your boss, Picker Buffer Chambers.
Thank you very much. It's accepted on behalf of my family. We want to say thank you to the management and staff of Truth FM. You have played a role that other radio stations need to covet from you. Because of your neutrality, nobody would know that it is Honorable Musa Berete that own that radio stations. Interference, as you rightly said, you don't see or hear about it. And there are some of those reasons that because of your neutrality, the professionalism, the role you play at that radio station, when somebody was having a press conference, they left you guys out and not to be part of it. So you're supposed to want that.
Bobby.
They said that you're supporting one star. You will not believe it that every morning when we wake up, my family and myself, it is Truth FM we start with and close with Truth FM. Down to my mother when she's parking on the Jehovah Market. It's true. And she was just saying that those guys, they extremely well during the election. We need a one little ball of bitter ball we take to them to tell them thank you.
No, me, I like it. La maga le bitter ball.
We will appreciate you guys for that. Not because you own the radio station, so you wanted to be run at your weight and pleasure. No. It is supposed to be the public will judge you tomorrow the way which you run. So finally, before I hang up, I want to tell all of those that attended out yesterday for my first family meeting for my late brother Adio Addison to include the central bank governor. Those from the central bank, thank you for turning out for the first family engagement. And very soon we'll be laying my brother to rest. And I say thank you guys also for the courage, the messages and things I've been receiving from you guys.
All right.
Thank you that God can protect that institution. And one day we will come in to carry on our pro bono services.
Okay. Now you're bringing a security program.
Yeah, now you're bringing a security program. All right, Bobby.
Let's take
go to Mangibi one time out. Go to Nima County.
Mangibi County. Good morning, big brother.
On behalf of family, let me use a bigger platform to say Happy New Year to the entire team of True FM. You guys are making a significant mark in our content. And today, some of that little True FM will not sleep. On my God, you talk about recommendation. I want to recommend that if he coming with 21 days to the inauguration, when it comes out on the senior energy captain on the David Kuti, when it comes to the rule of law, but how can the rule of law be implemented? It has to do with the security empowerment. When the security empowerment and improve mobility, because they're all going government for 2018 of the first American crying to see how they have the police with mobility every day. We have not seen nothing. Say the rule of law can be implemented how to do with mobility. If our police can be equipped with mobile, I believe the rule of law will be implemented. It is kind of how to do agriculture. Today, with the too much invitation of rest, we spend over millions of dollars invitation of rest. This government can improve how the agricultural sector. We want to reduce the too much invitation of rest, and the cost of rest will be minimal for everyone else. Thank you so much for giving the time this morning.
Thank you, MS. Thank you.
Yes, go to Grand Bassa. That call should be from Grand Bassa. You're picking up. I'm just assuming.
How you know?
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Marka.
Good morning.
And let me say good morning to O'Neill. This is Daniel Johnson. I call you from Habel Fire.
Oh, Habel. Okay. Yeah.
Let me say Happy New Year to the team, the entire team of Truth FM.
Okay.
Wednesday, let me begin with 2 FM, my recommendation. O'Neill and Marka, I want to recommend to the entire 2 FM family. Please
stop recommending, man. We're switching away from the discussion. What do we do as a country? You know, now other surrounding countries nearby. So Liberia is the first in history of doing this. Yeah.
What do we do as a country? That Derek Koti said, the rule of law. O'Neill, we have our liberalization policy. Do you know that policy captures 16 businesses that only Liberians are supposed to do? But today, you see foreigners all doing no businesses, and our government is doing nothing about it. I think we need to implement. We have foreign law on the book. We need to implement that. With that, you will see Liberians taking charge. You will see many people will not be infiltrating just depending on government job. That's one. Two, I listened to the president-elect yesterday, where he talked about the education when it comes to the safety aspect. And this is squarely going to the Department of Police. I think our police need to be supported and they too need to be proactive. When such a thing happens, the very first thing, the police know that it is a danger to the public. They protect that crime scene. You protect the scene that people will not go there. If that scene was protected, you will know that the destruction that went on where we're losing a lot of lives, it will not happen. I think our police need to be proactive when those things happen.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Great. Let's go to Nima County now. Thanks for your patience. District 7, Nima County. Good morning.
Good morning, my good friends, Oni Rowers and Marka Davis. Let me first say happy prosperous New Year for and on behalf of my family. Let me say a happy prosperous New Year to my political leader, Honorable Musa Lai Hassan Pelete, representing electoral district 7, and also President-elect Honorable Joseph Nima Burkhardt and Vice President-elect Honorable Jeremiah Fankum. We know that under the leadership of these guys,
what can we do? What can we do as a country for other countries to follow us? Yeah, you in Nimba. You guys are all want to know what's happening in Monserrate. What can we do as a country?
We need to do a lot. I listen to my president-elect when he went to sympathize with the people in Totota. There's a lot of things we need to do so that Liberia can rise and Liberia can be compared to other countries when it comes to development. Like over the years, governments have been spending money in something that are not been making no impact when it comes to the minister's salary, representative salary. Some of this money to be cut, and even spending money on cars for ministers. Like one of the African leaders, and even the country in Africa, they still work with that mentality. Tanzania, Julius Nyerere, John Magufuli. When we go to this country, Minister of Rank, the cost less than more than 1,500, especially during Julius Nyerere time. Minister of Rank not above $1,000. Magufuli did the same thing. So they use the money, the country money, to invest into the infrastructure development, education, health, and other things. And I know that Ambassador Joseph Nima Burkhardt will stop it as that so that our country can be compared. So after the next 4 to 5 years, we can be comparing ourselves to Rwanda, one of the finest cities. We can be comparing ourselves to Tanzania and other places. And so that Lego will rise under the leadership of these guys. That's why our district 7. Thank God we never make a mistake by electing Honorable Musa Lai Pelete to be our representative, because we know the man who he is. We know that the transformation he has in a matter he has already started it before even coming back to the political scene. And based on that, he will do lots of in the district. Therefore, the deputy speakership, we are advocating. We make sure that deputy speakership will be won by all. Thank you.
All right. Great. Thank you so much. What can we do as a country for others to follow? Meanwhile, the African Cup of Nations is 12 days away. Ivory Coast, our nearby our neighbors, is hosting the African Cup of Nations. Well, we stay back. The oldest republic in Africa, man. Look, qualifiers going the gig from January 13th straight up to February 12th. Yes, the area of attraction, the whole of Africa is coming to troop into Cote d'Ivoire. We're still here. The mindset of the people also need to be worked out. Hey, Larry Buble, the changing mind, changing attitude, that didn't work. The mindset of the people, the mindset, some part of last year, 2023, I was fortunate to be interviewed on Max FM in Ghana, in Accra. And I was asked this question. Yes. Why is it the oldest country in Africa yet to be developed? I felt somehow embarrassed. That was an embarrassing question the presenter threw up to me. And I said, well, we have the civil crisis, 14 years of civil war. The guy too being so smart. He said, but we talked about 14 years ago. Yes. Then I came back. I said, well, the guns are silent, but the mindset of the people. Yes, it'll take another time. He laugh about it. Anyway, yes, let's move on.
More calls?
Yeah, more calls. Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning, O'Neill. This is F. Daniel Blesso speaking from District 1, Mangibi County.
Okay.
Yes, what I want the country to do, to be emulated by other countries, is that any investor that come here, any money company, the royalty should be used for the purpose of running the country. If a money company is coming, let it be a law that the money that is supposed to give to the government for lobbying and things like that should be used to make roads, make development. And secondly, the government should engage in agriculture, make arrangement with other countries instead of getting the cash, then they give equipment, farming equipment, yellow machine, all this in a plier. That we should let us use the machine to make farm instead of just give your money or something like that. In that case, the road will be plenty, and then let it be rule of laws. Let it be education. Education doesn't mean going to school and things like that, but they should educate the people in all aspects. Security. Let the LMB, the National Bar Association, adjust their rules and things like that. If you are a member of the National Bar Association and you are given a job of judge, you should not become part of that person. That organization. Therefore, right now, the Chief Justice is a member of the Bar Association. The Associate Justice is a member of the Bar Association. The judges are members. So when cases go to them, what will they do? They will compromise. So let there be separation of power. In that case, everything will be all right and people will emanate us. Thank you very much.
All right. Meanwhile, we'll follow on the confirmation of Justice Minister Musa Day. Yeah, on tomorrow. Yes, and we hear another name popping up. So we just win the politics for tomorrow's case. we have Samara. What do call it name popping up to LRA? Yes, so we hold it. Samara what call it. The Physical Affairs Deputy Minister, Ministry of Finance, name have been popping up in the columns with just 21 days to government to say goodbye. Yeah, we'll pick that out on tomorrow. Samara will.
The House of Error.
Yes.
Senate. The Senate. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka Davis.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Charles Cooper. I call from Tuporo, to be specific, Coffee Community.
The line is so terrible.
Please lower the volume of your monitor or you call it off.
Okay, let me firstly extend my season greeting to the both of you and the True FM family. I think True FM have been doing very well when it comes to serving the population of our country. And I think I want to say kudos to the True FM family. You asked a very cardinal question, what we need to do as a country. For me, I just want to simply put it, we just need to do one thing, Marka. That is to be true to what we have on papers. You see, we have good policy, we have good laws on the book, but we are not doing these things.
And like Obama said, we have to be true to what we put on paper. Liberia is good on the paper, Liberia is developed on the paper, but in actuality, we are poor, we are suffering, only because we have failed to implement those things that are on the papers. We have good policy. Imagine you're in a decent world act. You have the labor law. You have the Education Reform Act. These are good policies that when we try to implement this policy, our country will become better in the next 5 to 10 years. We don't need to go out looking for a solution when we already have this solution. Someone said if you have discovered the problem, then you are almost 100% solving the problem. So we already know our own problems in this country. We don't implement policy. That's our problem. And I think when we look at it in a different direction, it will hurt people, but we have to do it so our country can get better. Look at the issue of red light. We call for development, but we are not able to maintain development, my brother. And we want to blame government. So we as Liberians, we are our own problems. So I think we need to change our mindset also, and then that work by making those things that are on paper, that implement them, so that the country can become better.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Great. So at 9 o'clock this morning, in about 15 minutes from now, we'll play a repeat of the President-elect Joseph Yimon Boyka interview he had on Truth FM. So listeners, you asked to tune in to Truth FM. Keep listening. At 9 o'clock this morning, we'll play a repeat of the President-elect Joseph Boyka interview. Let's pick this call on the line 0770 153 Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, O'Neill. Good morning to you and Mecca, and I want to say a happy new year to you, both of you, and the Truth family. I also want to extend my sincere thanks to you guys for keeping the peace from the day of the election up to now. For introduction, my name is Pastor Noble. I'm calling from my rehab residence.
Okay.
For three things we have to change in this new year as a nation. Number one, I want to stress that this country, the love, we don't have love for this country. We Liberians, almost all the Liberians, any Liberian now for the opportunity to take the movement travel out. So for this reason, we treat our own country as if it's not our country. See all the development thing they are talking about. Look at the Japan highway that you people always talk about. The road that the people just developed, until that road is maintained well, it will not last. All of the other government facility, it will not last. If we don't love our own country. Look at Red Land, just to say it's not even in our country. So love, we need to love our country. Even under this new government, if we don't love our country, we will not forge anywhere. Number two, I want to check on rule of law. Rule of law is something that is down to zero in this country. Down to government officials. Before I talk about we the ordinary people, a lot of people don't respect the rule of law at all. Policemen will be standing on the road, stopping a driver. The driver will say no. You expect another policeman to come from Ghana or Nigeria to instruct you? It will not work. You must respect your own law in this country. Tell it. Let's learn to upheld our country as a Christian nation that we claim. We shouldn't be saying, oh, this country will be on Christian principle, and then our way of living is far different. These three things, if we can hold on to them, I'm 100% sure this 2024 and the new government that is coming, this will be better. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, things will be better. Yes, more calls up. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Maka,
Good morning. You're live on air. Go ahead.
thank you. And let me say thanks and happy new year to the Truth family. This is Pascal Davis, from District 6. Well, thanks for the open discussion. As we usher into the new year, it is our hope and anticipation that maybe we can change our attitude. Maybe we can all decide to be a better people and a better country. When we agree, it's going to happen. But again, it's difficult because a country where the people are on a fellow ring, a country where when there's a church, people will want to go there.
a country where when you say this is final and people are going there. So if Mr. Bubler talk about changing minds and attitude for over 7 years, and the minds and attitude of Liberians cannot change. So we need to ask the question where we had somebody talk about the Japanese freeway, go to red light. The police have to be chasing people simply because they said it on the road. You go and purchase the fish and all of it, you bring it in the middle of the road where the vehicle is supposed to pass. There where you sit there and you tell it, they tell the driver there, you must hit me. So I mean, we ask ourselves, what kind of people we are? Somebody tell you they want development, but when something is done when roads are concerned, somebody say that road will hit. So we got a very long way to go. You know, we almost get used to this brand thing, and this is how we are. And so when somebody say there are 3/10 of people in the world, that is just fairly true. Because we're not changing our attitude. We pretend that we want good, but we don't need it. And that's how I feel our people. But again, we have to keep encouraging them like you guys.
Okay.
Yes, we picked like 4 or 5 more calls. 10 minutes up to 9 o'clock. Again, we want to announce to the general public at 9 this morning, we're going to play a repeat of a prophetic interview. That's how I term it. I don't know whether the president Joseph Boyka saw this coming all along. Throughout the interview, he was keep saying, you better start practicing how to call him president, all of that.
Yeah.
So we'll bring us some feedback. We'll bring him on at 9 o'clock or repeat, and that will be relay on a couple of other networks across the country this morning. So let's see if we can get a few more calls out.
0770202579.
Yeah.
One.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm Lasana Kamara calling from Caldwell, New Jersey.
Okay.
Yes, as the question is posed this morning about what can we do that other may admire us or differently that Liberia will be admired. Only you guys just mentioned, for me, I want to look at my first concern. I want to look at the first talking point is to look at the issue of sport. We continue to fail as a national team, and you just mentioned that right in our nose there, the
African Cup
will be played, Liberia will not be there. And then one of the most despotic leader Liberia had, which is Charles Taylor, under his regime, do you know that there were good football playing here? People admire Liberia. People admire Liberia. Why is it that Taylor did well in terms of sport? Now one of the icons of sport took onto the mantle of leadership, and sport was not seen as important. And so this is one of the things that made the youth to look adult, because their mind was swayed from what is has been introduced to them in the past. So some of our open we saw football as one of the sad attractions for us not to even focus on government demonstration and other things. So let the government be able to support our national team from grassroots onto the senior team. And the second aspect is let the legislation be able to stop the issue of signing for signature fee before contract count. Like that, investors will run away. Why would the man come to invest 10 million and the man signature fee that he's supposed to pay to the legislator be about 3 to 4 million? Then the man who investment budget has been dropped to 7. What will he do? How will he we recruit people to employ them, and what would be the salary structure? So when these things are done, I believe that Liberia can once again be regarded as one of those nations that are emerging for betterment of the world or even Africa as a whole. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. Happy New Year.
Wish you the same.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I just heard the question that you guys asked, what we do for Liberia to reach where it's supposed to be. Marka, one of the mistakes we are making in this country when it comes to the businesses, you will go right now to red light and talk into the store. You will see that the fuller man himself is there selling the retail and they're selling the wholesale. You talk in the pharmacy, the same thing. Then my question is, which one will the drugstore man buy and go sell there and get something from? If you go in the fuller man too, he's selling corporate. The man who buy the house back already, how will he sell it? How will she sell it out there to get something from there? So all these things, we should learn how to look at the other one we have to boost the business community in Liberia. And also when it comes to the development. If you go to Redland now, the street, you and one of my fighting on the street. Why the sidewalk now have become the market ground?
That's it. Exactly, my brother. I just passed through Redland.
Somebody calls you, don't waste the market. This is my market, yeah. Go over market. All this stuff. You get to pop up in Junction right now when you go there. Nothing in the road, nothing is yourself down there. Car can almost enter into one another down there. Police are telling there. Police aid are the orders. There's nothing in police aid. I would look at the law, let the law be plain. If anyone wants to become police, then go to the academy, let him learn. You know, education is more than go and learn. It shouldn't be impersonating. You get someone that teacher you pass them on, you call and say police aid. Not a police aid. We get nurse aid. So I went through the regular part. I'm a practitioner speaking to you. I went as a nurse aid and I want a professional nurse. How is it supposed to be? We got that worldwide it is known, but not the police aid. So all these people have to look at them to make that work better. So I don't think we sit back and look at General Parker and look, we ourselves citizens, we should be talking to make that work better. Okay. The last thing to leave, two organizations, this Federation Road Transport Union, and also the Dallas and the Market Association. These are the people that are killing Liberia. You understand? They're not doing nothing for Liberia. Nothing. They're low car in the street. When the boss have one car on the pipe, there's a parking station. Nobody can go to that crossing point. When you go to the ring view, it's wrong. Market is not doing nothing. Street dirty. They're not doing anything at all. They're putting the money, everyone's getting busy. Nothing they're doing. All they want you to look at them. Let the government look at them. Then we like to look at them. To make Liberia to be a better place for everybody.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. We're speaking of his mind.
Yeah, I mean, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see. That person slipped off the line.
Council, good morning to Council, man. Tell on, man. Happy New Year, man, Council.
Good morning.
Good morning, Olivier and Maka.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Uncle calling from Dubai. I want to say Happy New Year to my incoming president, Alright? And what we need in this country, O'Neill and Maka, as people rightly said, we need system as well. Now, listen to Mr. Kuti when he spoke well this morning. We need system. We can't be in a country where when you go for something that maybe out of bank, because maybe the person in a jeep or came from a jeep, or maybe you recognize somebody in there, they come in front, and then you see the line will never be, the system will not be in place. First come, first there, whether a small child in front, getting the queue. That person in front, you say, oh, let me just get the person respect or something, let the person just do out, let me step back. It's a different thing, that's a help maybe. But we don't have system, even when we're driving, no system. Everybody wants to regularly drive, so something like Liberia, nobody have sense. Everybody will be stupid.
That one too strong for us.
Yeah, I mean, you know me, right? I mean, I used to do it, but I am hot. Only when you want to move on the road, man, everything is just upside down. We need system in this country. I mean, system. Like in the Africa, we saw system. Everybody has law.
In our late refugee life, man.
Yeah, our refugee life in Africa for 11 months. 11 months, yeah, I didn't really explain what much because when Africa was started. So I'm trying to say that when it started, when this army will fail in military bill, will be on the line. Then there will be his army in when you get and stay in the line. That's why without your war, even the officer, although you give it private, it depends. But I always thought, you know, get in the ball game queue, you will be there. I mean, some guys, good guys will be there, everyone will be in line to go get out in a long total bus to go to work or to go to a place. But not in like, you know, we don't have system. I was driving now well, and one of the things we need at MARKA is that we need reconciliation. This country has been divided over the 3 years. When you're not there all 5 days, you can't work there. When you talk, they start lying you, and when you speak in the Queen government, they start lying you. They will always say, oh, they men are the best person, oh, they men are the good one, oh, they men are free-handed. You free-handed, we're not doing the right thing. So now you're talking, oh, what the other people, what will take blame? How about saying that the other people did that? Oh, yeah, how about the other person I can see? Now I can so say, tell me up again, I go here, also not here, I was children. When somebody say, oh, your child did, or oh, I go down on your children, I will love the children, they can small or you can see. So because you always look at the father and say blame, try to set yourself right. That's the only thing I call our country be divided.
Okay.
Somebody want me to defend? Somebody defending?
Man, that you understand that one.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Where you begin at? Yeah, you understand that
Good
one.
morning.
Yeah, just do one more
morning,
call.
are you there?
Let's just do one more call. Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Ray Mobile calling from Toyota.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, one of the situations we have in this country is the unfair distribution of the national cake.
Okay.
You have a budget for this nation, and the budget is being distributed in such that the local or the national, the civil servants are very least. They are the least in terms of salary structure. When you have just a few handful of people that benefit the national cake at the expense of the national population, of course, that which we consider even as corruption will be always at the peak. Another one also, we have our leaders working and only listening to the voices of others to tell them that things are okay, things are okay. If we should have a leader that will also take into consideration that this country, whatever job has been able to somebody, that area should also be overlooked and seen to it that those things are done. Then, of course, reports that go to our leaders to say, oh, yes, red light is okay, no far candidate is this. They should also put themselves in a position to get there, see those places with their own eyes so that they could know that the job that is to be done there is done in the most perfect manner.
Okay, thank you.
Report, and you think that
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes, thank you.
So they have become president.
Yeah.
Any minister give me hard now, just be fired.
Yeah, dismiss you. Go dismiss you. You go for.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is what the signature fee or bonus paid by investor is not the legislature. It goes towards budget support.
Mm-hmm.
You're hearing the one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a name for upfront payment. Upfront payment made by investor during the signing concession.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a signature bonus, not signature fee. Oh. Okay. We'll analyze it for it tomorrow. Yes, I want to say thank you for all of your calls, all of your text messages. Thank you so much. Thanks for keeping the dreams alive. 2024 is now here, and it's 9 o'clock already. As we promised you on yesterday, we had a post on the social media that we're going to play a repeat to the interview by the president-elect Joseph Human Boyka had with us on True Breakfast Show. During the part of last year, from July, Ambassador Joseph Boyka had a 1-hour interview, 101, on the True Breakfast Show with me on air. And this interview, I mean, in other countries, this is a historical interview. It was on the True Breakfast Show. He predicted that I should start to practice and call him. Of people, to the guys in the Congress for Democrats, they changed. The guys in the CPP, election is now over. We're looking forward for a better Liberia. And let's give you a chance to listen up to what Ambassador Joseph Human Boyka said. Those of you who have missed this interview. Maybe you can start to build up. If there are also promises made, you start to take it up down. Yeah, some of my colleagues in the print media so they just can't wait. Yes, because Ambassador Boyka said a lot of things. One thing he make mention of to the folks at the Booker Washington Institute, the president-elect say he hope BWI could be an era of IT center. I mean, there are a lot of juice within this interview. So sit back as we bring you a repeat of the president-elect Joseph Boyka appearance on the True Breakfast Show with me. My name is Oni Roberts. Don't go away. This is Truth 96.1, the heart and soul of Liberia. Happy New Year.
On the Minister of Finance, Samuel D. Twere Jr. But folks, the time is set, the die is set. It's exactly 9 o'clock from when I sit in the studio here in Painesville City, outside of the nation's capital. This is the True Breakfast Show. And of course, we are bound now to bring you this presentation, the second segment of the True Breakfast Show with the former Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Human Boyka, and that of the Mayor Oni Rawa in studio too. Let me link up with Oni Rawa with no time to waste. Good morning.
Thank you so much, Stephen Cole. Like I said, good morning again. Welcome to the last segment of the True Breakfast Show on 96.1. Good morning to those of you relaying us from Bapaloo, River says Truth 96.1 in Saclay, PA, and all of the online stations, SKTV across Africa, Providence TV, Real TV, carrying this broadcast live. Good morning to the folks of Liberia. The love of liberty met us here. My name is O'Neill. It's a privilege to have the former Vice President of the Republic of Liberia, the standard bearer of the Unity Party with me, sharing breakfast straight up to 10 o'clock this morning. Good morning to you, Ambassador Joseph Boyka.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
Great seeing you. You look good. How you doing?
I'm great. Very good.
How is the Unity Party and Joseph Boyka?
Unity Party remains united, and Unity Party is moving forward, making every effort to grab state power in 2023.
Wow. Making every effort.
Every effort.
I mean, almost 6 years now since you got defeated in the runoff election to a coalition for democratic change. Is the Unity Party ready for 2023 general and presidential elections?
Yes, Unity Party is even more than ready. And we talk about 2017. Yes, history has it that we were defeated, but Unity Party still wasn't very strong.
Mm-hmm.
But let history be where it is. But we are very ready.
So since that defeat, have you recall? Look at the mistakes where the Unity Party had a foreshadowing, and we are fully prepared for 2023.
Well, their mistakes, maybe history will judge, but we know what happened, and we are sure it will not happen again.
The name Joseph Boyka remains a brand in the Republic of Liberia. I mean, Boyka is a formidable name attached with the Unity Party. Again, I'm asking this question because you're looking for the guys with the Coalition for Democratic Change that says it's a 12-year contract. Is Unity Party strong enough, ready for 2023?
Well, I don't know whether they have a 12-year contract. Probably they think they did, but by their performance, they're not suggesting to me. But we believe that even if we give the CDC another 3 months or 1 year, this country will be in more chaos. So we're going to rescue this country.
Well, when it came together as a collaborating political parties, Liberians across the country, across the world, believe that, yes, this is the best of team. This team is a crack team to give George Weah one-term presidency. The team hold together was strong, won a couple of senatorial seats in Montserrat and that of Ambassador as a collaborating party. Was there any regret that the collaborating political party had to separate? You pull out of it.
Regret, yes, because when you come to something, you come there with your mind and you want for it to work. But you also have to remember that in life, not everything that you come to, that you go into, that as long as you're dealing with people, that you always know that something might not work. So in life, you come out, when you plan, you also plan for a possible outcome that you may be able to live with. So we had a very good purpose in mind to come together, and the public was on our side.
Mm-hmm.
But we found out sooner or later that there were forces that were working against it. And sometimes it's good, how soon to throw in the towel.
Mm-hmm.
I always say the U.S. went into Afghanistan, put in everything. When they knew that it was time to throw in the towel, they did it.
Mm.
So sometimes it's good to salvage and then move on to something else.
Now the question, can you do it on your own? I mean, we're stronger together.
Probably. Mm-hmm. Every time people divorce from one marriage, they look for another wife, right? Mm-hmm. So it's not in the absence of a partnership. We are building a coalition that it will be reliable, that will be trustworthy, that will be committed to the cause of the Liberian people, and we are doing that.
Members of the opposition bloc have this internal wrangling. I mean, it's
normality within political parties. The ruling establishment could relax and say, yes, since they're having the internal problem, well, we'll just give them a one shot in the election.
It's a misjudgment. They probably will be mistaken. There are many things for them to understand that they have failed the Liberians miserably, and that the Liberian people have realized that it was a mistake first to bring them to power. And we too are conscious of the fact that we need to work hard to make sure that we rescue the Liberians. So let them don't rejoice too early, because we're not giving up on them.
Not giving up. Let's look at your platform. Many a time, politicians will have no platform, nothing to say, but yet and still people will vote into power. What is the Unity Party platform going into this election? 2017, you talk about rule. Is that still on your mind?
Well, when I say road, I meant it seriously. Because there are a lot of people who talk about, the first thing you talk about, the rebuilding the economy, they talk about bringing foreign investors. You must always know that you have to start with yourself. What do you have? God has given us beautiful country, land, and so I've come up with a catchword that says arrest, meaning that we have to look at agriculture reform. We have to look at roads that are very crucial to development. We have to look at education that is necessary. Mind you, you can't bring investors to a country when you don't have a society that is literate, that the young people are capable. You don't expect them to bring all their expertise. So you also have to talk about sanitation. We talk about health in general, but sanitation. Our country, most of the problem we have, we are not strong in curative medicine, but we can prevent, and we start with sanitation. So then tourism, which will be an icing on the cake, because our country has all the potential for tourism. The economy will bounce back, the young people will be educated, vocational training, to make sure we equip them so that people don't come and take their jobs away from them. Unity Party is very, very strong on these issues, and we are working on them.
Well, so this actually is a follow-up to what I just asked. What can you tell us about the road project, the Lofa Road project? You was vice president then when that project started.
Well, I can tell you, when the Lofa Road was designed, all the way in 79, we had, up to now, I have the blueprint of it. And that road, unfortunately, was to have been launched, and it was when the coup took place. But the road project is a very, very important aspect that was turned over to this government. There's nothing about it that is new. All of the agreements were signed, the resources were put together, but the implementation of a road project is a hand-in-hand with government. The government had to contribute as a counterpart. This government has reneged on their promise. They don't intend to do it for reasons best known to themselves.
I mean, this government,
so the road project.
But this government boasts of roads all of them.
Yeah, but they talk about road. What they are talking about, build little community road with little cement on the side there and overprice them. That's what they're talking about. This government, everything they do it to get something out of it.
I mean, the president refers to himself as the bad road medicine. I guess you heard that. Meaning that all of the roads connecting Monrovia to Mocha to Yellen, the both of roads so much.
Bad road medicine.
Yeah.
I think it's the bad medicine for road. It should be the other way around. I don't see anything happening with road. I mean, I don't know why people should boast about. In what sense do you build a road like going to Ravosby, you open both sides, you create 2 swimming pools around the road, and people can't get anywhere? It's no proper planning. It's not with the people in mind, especially in a country where we already don't have roads. You go open up and you say you buy road medicine.
When you drive around Monrovia, what do you see physically? I mean, you drive
It's miserable.
Painesville, Garnersville, just every. What do you see?
It's miserable. It's miserable. I have a farm in Burma. I mean, to just get to Tottenham Bay. Right now, I hear people have to pass through demand, leaving the main roads. I mean, I can't understand. People live in the country. You have people, and there's no way. I mean, most of the time, I tell people, Monrovia is not the streets are not congested. The problem is that you can't even see a police to know that the traffic jam is not traffic jam. That ahead of you, nobody is there because it's like things are just running themselves. Nobody cares. That's what you see in Monrovia. In fact, even if you are an investor, all you do come and look in the streets here, and you see that that's not where your money should
go.
So
what runs to your mind, Ambassador Pike? I drive in and just having this kind of view. What comes to your mind?
Confused environment, disorganized people. I mean, people without any kind of sense of order. That's all you see. Confusion.
Many of the time I listen with all of what you said, opposition still, this government still boasts that they'll beat you at the ballot bags. I mean, yes, you can say all what you want to say. When we go to the ballot bags, we get defeated.
Well, let's make sure we make it transparent, we make it so that elections are free, fair, credible. That's what the fight is about. Make sure that the playing level field is created. And let's see it. This government would never come back to power.
You sure about this?
I'm very sure.
Back to the question: can the Unity Party do it on their own? I mean, Liberians saw the
Unity Party is not working.
The CPP holding together. Was a tag team.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands went to the street. You had a senator in Monserrato, Ambassador. That was a formidable team. Can the Unity Party do it on
still have it in place? Unity Party is not going into it alone. In fact, Unity Party, doesn't matter having people that you trust, that you can work with, people with real commitment. And that's where we are. Unity Party, as you will follow up, you'll find out that we are more prepared than you're thinking.
So you left the CPP, so the president is dancing everywhere as well. He goes to the stage and dances. Everything is okay. So the opposition, what is happening? I mean, Liberians are so concerned.
The president dances without any plan. I've been dancing and enjoying himself as part of him. So he's not dancing because he knows he's trust something is working. We're not worried about that. What I'm telling you is that Unity Party is not only intact, but we are collaborating. As you follow, you will see that
collaborating.
Yes, we are.
We
are working.
You left another collaborating party.
We are collaborating. That's the general term.
The family you was with Ambassador. I mean, it was a good one. Now you're looking for
you don't know it all. You don't know. You're not in the shoe. You don't know. I think you don't know what was working against us. We are talking about realigning ourselves for a better delivery, and
a very strong one.
Very strong. Very strong. Stronger than you probably know.
The first one you are into it. The first wave you hired
was the first one.
She was a Kevin wife. She put out the family and every other thing.
One, let me let you know, the first one, probably only 1 out of the 4 that dropped out. And the 1 out of the 4, with all due respect, they were intended to drop out and they dropped out. We are working very seriously to make sure that this time around, we are on track with the right people.
Respecting the rule of law. We saw you appear on the grounds of the Temple of Justice. Was that regrettable?
Well, I'm glad you asked this question. The first thing is, I never wanted a court case to start with. Secondly, I never wanted to appear in court. But we talked about the position. They were supposed to come to interview me. But everybody, the Solicitor General, everybody said you have to go to court. Am I supposed to be seen as not respecting the courts? I couldn't say no. As much as I tried not to, everybody said you have to go in. Who was going to say, yes, somebody want to run to be president and doesn't respect the courts? I went there to respect the court. Did you think I wanted to go and sit 3 hours to be grand? I mean, for more than 4 days?
I mean, all your life.
Not that I wanted to, but the law is the law. We respect the laws of our country, and I respected the court. That's why I went there. Not necessarily to go testify against Cummins, but I went there to respect the courts.
And the regret, in the form of regret?
Well, I can't call it regret. I did what I was supposed to have done, what they wanted me to do. It's unfortunate that we had to end it our way, but again, I didn't take him to court, but I was required to be there as a witness, and I did that.
This ruling establishment will always say, and that's the point, it's about time you say goodbye to politics. Probably the fear is there. What can you say to this? Many times, the social media, that's what Joseph Boyk, how you should retire from politics.
Those who are asking me to retire, those who are afraid of me. I'm in this country. I have a mission. I'm not into politics because I want to go there to make money to do that. I know that I have a purpose. This country needs to be liberated, and this country needs somebody credible, somebody that people trust, somebody with proven evidence of performance, and we're not going to let it go. Constitutionally, we are not barred from running, and the people want us to do so, and we are there to serve the people.
I saw you might get over the weekend in Kakata. I mean, you started moving already. I can say it's a pre-campaigning, but at least you're now reaching out to the people. Yes. What are you doing in Kakata, Margibi?
Well, you know, I went there by invitation. The people of Margibi, the ALP, had asked us to go there so that they can endorse us. And so we went there. And so was it.
What message do you take to them in the midst of all?
The message of hope, to tell them that, yes, you have made a mistake, but that mistake can be corrected. The Liberians are suffering, but don't throw in the towel. The future is still there for you, and we can, with the help of God, make that future possible with you.
Let's go back. This is actually with the platform now. Let's look at your plan for the improvement of education in Liberia. A couple of years ago, former President Madan Salif termed our education system as a complete mess. We will have a massive failure as an entry exam at University of Liberia. What's your plan for the improvement for quality education in our country?
Quality education, we have to know that most people believe that putting up a building is a school. It's not a school unless you can have good trained teachers that you pay reasonably well, and also you have to have a system where you don't have the young people. I know I'm in the studio. I'm impressed because the studio is proper for what you're doing. You go to our classrooms, what do you find? The students sitting on the floor, no blackboards. It's not talking, it's making sure that it happens. And believing that the quality of people you produce will be the quality of country you will have. So investment in education, improving the learning environment, making sure that you have trained teachers, making sure that the young people that go to school know in our country that some of them go, like I went years ago without breakfast, that they should be the total human beings have to be. There are schools here without laboratories. And you're not just talking, you're talking about investing in your people. Many years ago, and I hope the Minister of Education way back there, or Edmonia was there, when I said, even for our high school graduates now, college graduates, there probably be a need that we have an occasion to re-educate them, because when you say you got a degree, you got it to compete with the rest of the world, not just for your people. And so this is nothing to gloss over. You talk about roads again. If I send a supervisor to go to Lofa to go and supervise, can they get there? They can't get there. Nothing works without good roads. Schools will not work. Medical facilities will not work. Nothing works without making sure that the infrastructure is in place, that people can get to places they want to get to. Education is a must, and we have to take it seriously. No investor will come to your country believing that it will bring all the expertise. They must meet on the ground people who are ready to serve the program that they bring. So there's no compromise with that. And even as I sit here, I'm not in government, but we're working with people.
You were in government before.
Well, I'm always
former President Ellen Johnson said the entire education system was a mess.
Well, you know, I talk about that. Always judge the people by the role they play. Okay. I was in government as a vice president. The Constitution of Liberia says the vice president preside over the Senate without a vote unless there's, and to assist the president. And if you want to judge me right, I assisted the president very well.
What's your plan for the young people? I mean, a lot of time people do the platform. Your plan for the young people in our country. I mean, the youth increase on a daily basis.
Everything I talk about in arrest has to do with young people, education of the young people. We have some of the most talented young people here. They need an environment. For example, I'm thinking of the Booker Washington Institute. Can we make that an IT center that could even be competent to produce some of our agricultural equipment? The young people are needed. Vocational training, building their capacities. There are a lot of young people I'm dealing with that are doing things here that people don't even know. I know a young man who is taking plastic, making gasoline and fuel out of it. He's building a factory. I know some young people who are taking plastic and making roofing material out of it. But do they have the environment in which to work? The moment they see them linked to somebody, they are no-go area. We have to make sure that our young people are equipped to provide for themselves, to provide to better the economy of this country. And vocational. I went to the state, the Maricopa school system, which is the best community college system. And we have an offer to work with the community colleges here. But because of Joe Walker that is arranging it, the opportunities are there to improve. I have an opportunity in the Arizona State University to send computers here for the university students begin to take course. I have met the president of the university 3 times. He avoided me. And one time I have to ask him, is the job more important to you than the country? Because we met in my office to promote a program. We met at Bombamu's late wife's funeral. I approached him. We met at the Episcopal enthronement. He sat right next to me. People are not interested. People in this country, surprisingly, are more interested in job. And I don't know what they call job. They're interested in their holding position than making things work for the country. And that's not what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that every opportunity is taken advantage of for our people to be able to build up our young people, to make sure that they provide the needed people to man the economy of this country. You go to many of the public corporations where there are 50 people, supposed to be 50 people, there are 500 people sitting down there. They go with an assigned payroll. You're not helping them. You're not creating a future for them. When there's a government that wants to look for quality, these people are not going to be used. You have to make sure that the plan for this country, future, start with the young people.
So it's a follow-up. If the Unity Party or Ambassador Joseph Boakai wins the presidency, how can he convince investors? I mean, we need investors in the country. I mean, to have a better Liberia. The oldest republic, we all both of it.
I already have at least things lining up. When I travel, I don't travel for myself. I don't travel. Every time I go out, it's for Liberia. And I can tell you the investors are looking for, I talk with our leaders, people that I'm friendly with, country that we're lining up. Liberian young people are going to be equipped. Investment is going to come, but the driving force will be the young people to lead this economy.
Our most stable food is the issue of rice, and quite recently we have this issue of rice, probably that we have brought into a protest, and the media playing their own professional roles and condemn any form of violence. What can you do for most stable food under your leadership?
Well, I tell you, when I was managing director of LPMC, we made sure that no rice went to Lofa. We bought rice.
Why?
Rice.
You mean no rice was going to Lofa?
No, we were sending rice to Monrovia. I bought rice, I milled rice and sent rice to Monrovia. Up to now, I'm working with women group that are developing. You go to Foya, some rice. What the people need is empowerment. You're not going to go back to the rushing and taking the country. We got a lot of lowlands here that can be developed that I know. You know, I'm telling you, I'm the only person sitting down here who have had it all in agriculture.
You're boasting of that.
Very much so, because right after school, I went to Lofa. I managed an oil palm farm. I managed a coffee farm. We were doing nurseries in coffee, cocoa, oil palm, giving it to the farmers. I was buying cherry coffee and mailing it. I was also buying rice and mailing it, and we send it here. In fact, when I became managing director, the mailing facilities were near the port where Salibi is doing his flour mill. They used to bring cherry coffee to mail. Cherry coffee is about 50% coffee, 50% shell. You pay to bring them here, they mill them, and then even to get rid of the dust, I transfer all the milling facility to Banga and Banyama. The coffee dust that you have two of them getting rid of here, the people fight over it to make trouble.
Wow.
And the company was saving about $250,000. But in this country, all they ask you, what a man did, well, you don't know what I did.
And
Because you don't even understand
you
what
see
I
that question as embarrassing.
Yeah.
Say 12 years you're vice president. What did Ambassador Joseph Walker done
But
so
what do
far?
you
And
do?
you want the presidency.
But of course, I mean, Joseph Walker kept in his lane. I did what the vice president should be doing, better than any other vice president have done around here.
12 years.
12 years.
Have you heard the saying that say you're packed like an old car? Does not say the story.
Yeah, you know, the Liberians, they can misunderstand everything. You ask the same question, what will you do as president that you couldn't do as vice president? I said, you want a race car, put it on the racetrack, not in the garage. You couldn't do a vice president. You know very well the African politics. If you are trying to do something to Ashan, the president, the very people that will say, you better take care of your vice president. Look like you do what you do, where you are, and how you do it. And that's what I did.
For the law of power, you get Ashan the master. Number one.
Well,
okay, let's go back. It's like we're getting better on the leadership of President George. This government also of the roles, the hostel units, the free tuition at the state-run university. Is this government getting better, the leadership of President George?
This government had always been living on falsehood. They came through falsehood and they live on falsehood. They try to appeal to people who are smarter than they are. Everybody in this country knows that this country is not just moving, it's moving backward. I've been around the lives of the people, more miserable. You ask anybody, is your life better than it was 6 years ago? The answer is not just no. It's no, no, no. People are living miserable. I mean, the condition of the people everywhere. You just look around. Go at your market. Go to the places, the filth in the street. I mean, but you're looking at it from here. I was in Lofa. Agriculture programs are not working. People can't even sell their commodities in Liberia. They got to go to Guinea. The people in Vahu have to go to Sierra Leone to sell there. Life is miserable. This government is performing miserably.
I mean, they said President George was the best president ever in our history.
Of course.
I mean, you see the housing units.
What do you see?
You see the free tuition is still going university.
But you know the thing about it is that work without a plan and agenda, and you just jump and do things. But you know, they're appealing to people who are benefiting from what they are doing. The real people who are entitled to what they are doing are not getting it. There are no medical facilities that are working.
You have the Fulton Military Hospital
in the building.
I mean, you can see.
I don't know. I went there the last time. I saw a very nice edifice.
Okay.
I don't know how well it's functioning. You know, it's a matter of what works, what is not working, and what works for whom. 14 Military Hospital is not the most important hospital in Liberia. You go to other hospitals, no medicine, equipment that not working, no electricity. A bulk of the people who live outside Monrovia, what are they having? Nothing.
Well, folks, you're listening out to the True Breakfast Show 1964. We have former Vice President Joseph Yuma Boyka live with us, and that of he's the standard bearer of the Unity Party. Let's look at this issue of corruption. Almost 2 months ago, our Speaker Ayla brought on what we call the Manisky censure, censuring 3 of our public officials. What stands on the issue of corruption? If Joseph Boyka wins the presidency, what is your stand on the issue of corruption?
Well, you know, corruption, you start in all of life, you start yourself. I know I have worked in government. I know I work for institutions. And I've always believed that in these jobs, you know what is yours and what is not yours. When people come to a job believing that because I'm president, everything is mine, or because I'm minister, then you're not in public service. You're there to serve yourself. Impunity is what driving this country. People believe they can do anything and get away with it. And as long as people do things and get away with it, and nobody, who's going to suffer? The people, and even including all of us. Because if money that is meant for road is taken, maybe 25, 50% taken ahead by the leadership, and then of course that road is not going to be completed. And that's why we see a lot of things here that are not completed, because people there believe that they have a right to taking it offloading, front loading. Corruption, I have said, is not just some disease, but it's a poison. Anything it touches,
a poison?
It's a poison, because anything it touches, it destroys it.
I mean, we execute people on the polls for the same corruption, yet we still live.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to go into that, whether the people who executed people.
If Joseph Boyka wins the presidency, your stance on corruption, will you prosecute?
I don't want you to say if, say when.
Well, if you okay, President Boyka win. Yeah. That's what I should say. Yeah. Okay. Once President Boyka wins, will you prosecute the outgoing government?
Not the outgoing government, the corrupt people that are investigated and found corrupt, people who have amassed wealth overnight without justification. They will be investigated. Not only that they will be prosecuted, but all their false gains will be retrieved, and we make sure that we apply to the proper running of the country.
You sure about that?
I'm sure. I'm telling you.
You have a record for this.
Buddy?
I have a record for this.
You better do so. You better do so.
I see one of should I say the aspiring presidential aspirant using the broom. Is it Telem Gongolo to sweep out. I told you last time, so you need an iron broom. Instead of carrying a regular broom, what will you use to fight corruption? I mean,
I think
your former boss declared as a public enemy, right? Of the state.
You see, you say my former boss. Now I tell you, put a racetrack on the race. I mean, the race car on the racetrack. I don't implement what other people say. I implement what I believe in and what I say. I believe that corruption has been a poison. Corruption has deprived our people and continues to deprive our people. We're not going to sit here to make anybody feel good. We believe in you working. The responsibility of a government is to manage the resources of the country and Syria for the benefit of the country. If you believe that we all know what ministers earn, and we all know the responsibilities they have. So we find out whether in 5 years' time, your money, the houses you build, the vehicles you bought, whether they justify the amount you are earning. We get to that, we make sure that we deal with it in the interest of the Liberian people.
I mean, quite recently, President George Weah returned from the U.S. General Assembly. The message he took there was very impressive on behalf of the country, right? Where you have more than 151 world leaders. He came back, and the message he took out to the General Assembly, how do you term it out?
Well, what was the message? You know, you journalists, you keep the record. Yeah, we have brought a message, except for the fact that he had some fake photos that you say he took with world leaders.
You think that's a fake photo? I mean, as a good man, I say he had a professional dinner.
We all know that at the end of the General Assembly, I attended 3 times. I'm vice president then. And you always have photo audience.
It's a regular photo.
It's a regular photo audience. Not with me going to the White House and being received there by Obama and entertained. And that's a different thing. You're talking about,
so the photo was of a President Weah and Joe Biden. I mean, it's a makeup photo, that one.
Well, I don't know. I'm not a judge, but I'm sure it was not a photo that was organized. I told you that I went to the White House, and I went there I was received by the honor guard, and that's not the kind of photo you're talking about. The general photo, the U.S. president, right after the speech, they have photo audience, they have subpoena for the guests. That is something that any president who goes to the UN cannot.
Wow. Like, let's move on. The public is a big concern on the issue of Ellen. What did you have take on the mind that you have from the vice presidency as your team and the make up mind, or you still lobbying?
I appeal to you, please.
Okay. Because the social media have been running with this.
I know they've been running.
I mean, that's to dispel the rumors.
And that the job that they would do. But that's the last thing on my mind. It will come, and it will come at the right time.
At the rightful time. Are you worried about upcoming elections with all of the challenges? The National Elections Commission wants to introduce the biometric. I mean, something that we're not used to. Are you worried and concerned about the upcoming election?
I always say worry is the interest you pay on trouble before it comes. I don't pay high interest. I'm not worried about things. What I want to do is to plan for them. If you know that there's a system that is going to be troublesome, work towards it, we are preparing every way to make sure that this election will be an election that we will go into making sure that everything that's supposed to work.
You trust the election. You trust the National Election Commission.
We
in terms of trust.
They are the ones.
That's what you say.
They are the ones. We don't trust them, but
there will be no votes. There will be no elections in local by-elections.
Of course.
And until you have a candidate. Yes, that happens.
Every day.
So do you trust the Elections Commission to take into the general presidential?
You know, the Election Commission is manned by people. They live in Liberia. They must understand the security of this country They can do all that they do for whom they want to do it. They all want to live in a country that is secure. And they better have that on their mind. And they came there to serve the Liberian people. Whatever you do, if you forget who you work for, what you're supposed to do, history will judge you. And I'm sure they want to be looked on very, very positively.
When you travel to the diaspora, what message you take to Liberians out there? Because we are live online, Liberians concerned what is happening on the ground. Many Liberians back home here live from a relative through the Western Union, the mobile money, the rest of it. What message do you take to Liberians?
Liberian people, I feel for them because everybody who travel at a certain point in time, they want to come back home. And I'm happy that Liberians still come back home in spite of the condition there. When they come from the airport, the way in which they are received. But I want to say to them, we made a decision. We got a government. We have to live with it. We are democratic people. We gave them a time, and they have to account to us. And we now have the power in our hand to decide whether these people can remain. But Liberians want to come home. They want to come home to their country, and I feel for them, but I assure them that this coming election, they make a decision and help their people here to make a decision and make it possible for them to come home. Some of them have retired. They want to come. Liberians in America, all over the world, want to come home, and they are doing everything possible. We assure them that there's going to be a government that will make it possible for them to appreciate coming home.
Well, your 100 days work as president, like you said, I should refer to that. Your 100 days working. Let's look at your 100 days in office.
I have said originally that the first 100 days, no vehicle will get stuck in the mud in this country, going to country.
In the mud?
I mean, part of the reason life is miserable in our country is access to possible. The food price is up because you can't get it there.
So you're still sticking to this road thing. This government boasts of building roads, and you still with the same platform. So probably you're going to quit later.
They pick it up, they misinterpret it. They thought when I was talking about road, I was talking about Miami. Where
you live in Miami?
I'm not talking about Miami.
Okay, but you're the presidency are the same place. You're living the same
But before the president moved there, we already had some good roads in the place.
Already in Miami.
How did we connect? How did we connect Road? How did we connect GSA Road? He didn't do those things then. They were already there.
Then why did you refer to the president as viral medicine?
I didn't refer to
no,
him.
not you. The public referred to him as viral medicine.
Because that's why he portrays himself. Viral medicine, you take it around, whether it's medicine to cure viral or medicine to spoil road. I don't know, but I mean, I leave that with them. But one thing I know, first 100 days, we make sure that every part of this country is accessible, that people can move. Make sure, I mean, food shortage, the issue of food production is tied to people being able to move. There are things somewhere that should be getting elsewhere that can't get there. That this country, they felt in this Monrovia, making sure that our people, sanitation is tied to all of that. The health of the people, we make sure that all of these things, that the congestion on the road that discourages investors, we make sure that in the first 100 days, people will begin to see hope, to see a country being restored.
Well, as an ambassador, you've been a peaceful man all your life. I just wanted to give a peaceful message out to Liberian people in terms of saying no to violence. If President George will be removed, he should be at the ballot box.
I believe in that 100% because this is the way to go. He hasn't helped us in time past. He's not going to help us now. But we at the same time want to ask the president to make sure that he considers the people they are suffering, to be able to come and help them to recover from their current food, especially rice. The president should know the history of this country. You cannot play with that. And that he should do everything possible to bring the people at ease. People have said Liberians are not going to get in the street to go fight for any politician, but essential commodities, the thing that take, and that's a right. It's not a privilege, it's their right. They're not asking you for the money, but they want to buy. Can't you make that possible? So we encourage our people not to go on strike, to destroy anything. We already don't have anything. But we also want to appeal to the government to see the need to come to make sure that people are suffering. Government should make sure that they help to alleviate the situation.
I mean, the president visited you, if I'm not mistaken, twice on what did he say? I mean, off the record, if you win the presidency, we open and go back to the opposition. Come and let's work for one Liberia.
Say what?
If Joseph Boakai wins the presidency, will you move out to opposition?
Oh my God!
Yes.
I mean, look, this country is too small. Mm-hmm. We all know one another. Not time to go. I think what even the international community want to see is a Liberia that is improving. And I want to say to people, when the people see us doing the right thing, what would be the need to hunt people? I think people should understand that we have been peaceful people. Most people that left other countries passed through this country. And that we are not there with hunting people. We would like to see our country come together. I'd like to see where people in this country can move about freely and interact. I mean, that's the joy. I enjoy every part of this country that I go to, and I have been to every part of this country more. But again, most of the anger comes from the fact that people are suffering. And when people are suffering, they're not happy.
It is scary that most times you see people from various political parties going to violence. That was not occurring in the past then.
Going where?
I mean, the angles, you see so much anger, the insults, all of the social media in there.
From what they are going through. A lot of people are passing up because, not necessarily because of ailment, but because of depression. People are suffering, and they are suffering silently. We have had war, we had protracted war, and people have taken more responsibilities, more children. So you see them in the street. The young people in the street that don't want to cause problem, we are blessed. If the young people in this country were troublesome people, you won't come from Robert's Field here without armed robbery. You will sit and change money in the street. All they're telling you is that improve our life and we'll be decent people. And that's what we committing ourselves to doing for them.
Great. Elections Global Finance is a united party really. Your financial muscle, how is it? Is this financial muscle strong? I mean,
the money that we need.
Yes, you need finance to go to Boto, to go to Banga, go to Nimba, and just everywhere.
The money that we need to campaign with will be made available. We don't have the same kind of opportunities that an entrenched government has, but I can rest you assured.
And they'll scare you with that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is government.
Well, yeah, this is Africa. Know, I wish money was the only thing.
When the president is bringing out the vehicles, everybody see the billboards and everywhere. You can see Ambassador Joseph Boakai on the billboards. That means that the public will have somebody. It's you
can tell when Ambassador Boakai go to communities, people turn out. They want to see him. They want to hear from him. They know he has a proven record of service. This government, we know. They have access to the finances, and the same access to the finances will be because of their problem, because where are the finances coming from? They believe it. They don't believe in accountability, so they believe in spending money that you don't have to tell anybody, but the Liberians are going to ask them, where did the money come from?
Just a new tradition. Elections now go with money in our country.
They go with money?
Yes, they just go with money.
I think you'll be surprised. This election, they will eat your money and they will vote against
you. Are you sure about this?
I'm very sure.
Someone wears a CDC t-shirt or perhaps an ANC t-shirt, and why they have a Joseph Boyka t-shirt. So you see the same person in this group is the same person in the next group. I mean, I would say it's a regular thing now.
But you're not in their hearts.
I'm not in the heart.
They are looking for survival, but they know that short-term survival will not be the solution to their problem in this country.
If I actually do the greatest George we had government, almost 6 years now, what will be percentage-wise as we try to round up? How will you grade this government?
Well, they'll be lucky to get a 45, 47%.
The same?
That's what I think.
I mean, the Minister of Finance tried to meet out some IMF record, pull us something. We have the new currency coming. 35,000 metric tons of rice is in country now. The road from River to Lopato, you can drive freely. So you great for the 5%?
Why don't you just make an attempt to go to Lofa? Everybody going to Lofa now, they go through Australia. Most of the people, they go through Australia. And even now, going through Australia, just on our side.
I mean, it's the rain season. You can work through the rain.
You can work through the rain.
Yes, similar thing with the RIA highway.
Yeah, but
you have to wait for the rain season.
But they don't also work during the dry because they're preparing for the rain season start from the dry season. So if you didn't work during the dry season, the rain season is not going to be good for you.
How can you convince Liberians to give you the presidency? 2023.
They are already.
Joseph, imagine me calling on the True Breakfast Show, folks who have President Joseph Human Boyka live with me on air.
You better start practicing.
So I start greeting you. I don't want to greet the president. I greet President Joshua every morning. So I say, good morning, President Joseph Human Boyka.
You better start practicing. The Liberians' minds are made up. They don't want this going. And I'm telling you, Joseph Boyka will be the next president.
You sure about this?
I wouldn't tell you if I wasn't sure.
Wow. The issue of the day's advantage, you've all known the term as Zogo. Before then, you hear Zogo in red light, in Gallows, Cuba, just everywhere in the country, every communities. You're playing for the youth again. Keep asking this question because nowadays, the Ministry of Youth and Sports should have more programs for the youth. You're playing for the young people in this country.
Well, in a way, we've been working with the Zogos too. We know people who have interest in the Zogos, and we've been getting some support. But why are they on the increase? If the government was doing so well.
Government trying to pump some 13 million into it. The last time I had a program,
trying pump
if the rates are 1 million, I mean, so the plans is actually there.
Yeah. 5 years ago, the plan is for 1 year. What has happened over the last 5 years? How do you make up for 5 years?
I mean, 6 years is not enough. Give us 12 years and we'll clean up all of it.
They said, the Bible says, he that faithful in that which is least is faithful. They gave you 5 years, 6 years. You didn't do anything with them. Then you said, give me another 6 years. At a time when nobody will question you that you can do anything. You think the Liberians are willing to gamble? 5 years' time, these people will be multi-millionaires, the Liberians will be nowhere. We're not going to do that.
Well, so we'll give you the space. I run out of time. You just close up in 3 minutes. A message from Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boyka. He says, you now practice to be saying, President Joseph Yuma Boyka. I don't know if I'll see
you'll be afraid to do it for now.
Good morning to President Joseph Yuma Boyka. And that's how I agree, President George. We are good morning, my black president.
Let me let you know, our country is in a serious problem. We might always have people who will take side because of what they are benefiting. But let them understand that this country is not healthy, that we are an embarrassment to even our neighbors. But I want to let our people know that it is a decision that they made, all of us made that we have to live with. But we just want to say to them, God has given them the first chance. They should not play with the next one because this country is sinking. And I want to say to Liberians, to our young people, work hard, take courage. They give you money, eat the money, but you have to vote your future. And that's what we want to close with. We want to thank the Liberians for the patience, the courage to this time, but they are going through all of this quietly. But it will be to their advantage to make sure that the decision they make next will be for their own interest and the interest of this country and the people who believe in us.
The NPP said, above all else, the people, the Congress for Democratic Change said, change of hope or hope for change. What does the Unity Party still say?
We always say that whatever we do, we should always think Liberia, love Liberia, so that we can build a better Liberia.
Thank you so much for accepting that invitation.
My pleasure.
Thank you. The voice of Ambassador Joseph Yuban Boakai closing us up on the True Breakfast Show.
Live with us on it's a repeat. Yes, it's a repeat. It's live. Yes, this is actually great. Yes, reflection. This interview also took us. Yes, I'm still yet to understand this. Look, the president should be calling me by now. This is just a boycott best ever interview. This is a perfect interview. Anyway, congratulations. Well done. You know, always wish for the best. Folks, let me just take a few calls for now until 10:05 this morning. My name is Roberts. This is the True Breakfast Show 96.1. Happy to do it. I'll take like 2 or 4 calls just for this one quickly. This actually was a prophetic interview. I'm still yet to tell. Yes, Daryl Cote, good morning. No, you sending me BBC?
If your Christmas will be good, you will know from the eve, from his comments. And these comments are not just rhetoric, and not just the ordinary, I will build road from here to the moon. No. He carefully took time to say what he wanted to say, and I believe in him 150%. Those things will happen. It may not be overnight, but good things are coming to this country. You saw what happened in the United States recently. The caliber of people that our next president met with, things will be better. I can guarantee you that. And one thing I know you will do is to respect the laws of this country. And that's the first thing to do. And once you respect the laws of the country, my friend, everything else will fall in line. No investor going to come and put billions of dollars here where you can't even respect your own laws. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Great. Yes. Let me just quiz just more calls 0770-153-265. Yes, just on this interview. I mean, this is history making. I mean, yes, it's a prophetic interview. That's how I turn. I don't know how you do it, but for me in studio, yeah, that's how I turn. Whenever I have a play, I just go for a clear reflection back on this one. Anyway, good morning. Let's pick a few more calls 0770-153-265. Good morning. Caller ID there. Don't hold the line, please. Don't hold the line. Yes, go ahead. Morning. I'm not getting you. Yes, thank you so much. Anyway, yes, the line is actually jamming. So let me just get line 2 quickly 0777-405017 5017 quickly. Let's take if I can pick this person on the line with this one. Yes. Good morning. Morning. Anyway, yes. So we have to do it like this. This is line 2. Yes, it's now activated. Good morning. Morning. You live. Go ahead. Hey, man. Yes. The text messages coming in back and forth. But anyway, yes. Great one. Joe wanna say great interview. Joe, I appreciate you so much. Let's see if I can pick this call on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. You live. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is one of the talent. This is my first time calling on your show.
Okay, so I put.
4 to 5 years ago.
So I push you to call for the first time.
Yes, it's the first time. You guys actually were referring to our silent voters, so now we are about to speak.
Okay.
We elected actually the government, so we have to come out and then we put their veto file.
What's your perfected interview? What's your perfected interview for President Joseph Boyka?
I gave you the credit. Definitely, I expect the president-elect to give you the call. But definitely, I believe he's going to do that. It's just a matter of time. So, congratulations to you again. And I hope that you can, give me another interview. Now he's president-elect so that he can further push his agenda to you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Great. Yes. 2 more calls. Love Liberia. He says, build Liberia. Well, develop Liberia. In the midst of all, I always say, country first. Yes. Let's see this call on the line. I just do 2 more. I'm hearing myself in the background. Move from your monitor. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
My name is Jay Joyce. I'm calling from the world.
Okay.
And I'm on one of the silent list that interview. I didn't touch me. I will listen to the radio when you interview our president-elect. And I really feel impressed that the interview.
Okay. Yes. His credit just went out. Good morning. Yes. All right. This person's off the line. Let me pick up someone who's close to the president's office. Charles Natter, veteran Liberian journalist. Good morning.
Hey, Happy New Year, my brother. Happy New Year. And thank you. Thank you so much for the repeat of that broadcast. Man, you said prophetic. It came through, bro.
Yeah, so whenever I'm playing as a teaser, I'm here thinking about like Joseph Boyka, I saw this ahead. He keep reminding me I should start practicing it.
I remember that part of the interview, and it was a good laugh. And, he really meant it. And as God would have it, it's a fact of the matter. Just like what my other brother, David Coty, just said, that you should interview him again. Hey, rest assured, he will come back and you will interview him.
All right. Yes. Best of luck, and we'll keep the finger crossed the entire country as we move forward.
Well, as you see what's going on right now, the cleanup exercise, the people are smiling again. People are moving around. So, I mean, it's going to be good. Liberia is going to be Liberia once again.
All right. Great. Have your great time this New Year's Day, Charles Natter.
Happy New Year to all of you, and Happy New Year to you, my brother.
All right. Yes, folks, thank you so much. The voice of Charles Natter right here on the Breakfast Show. Yes, I got to go now. Thank you so much, folks. This is the TBS. Whenever we have the opportunity to interview our politician, let's give them the space, to tell Liberian people what they want to do for us. We as journalists, we should not be the one being used to attack. Let the politician, the political party play their own the political stuff and all of that. But when we are given the opportunity to interview them, let's give them the chance and see the agenda, what they do have to offer. So to close up, 2023, I've interviewed Joseph Boyka, Ezana Ben in the comments, Tawan Gongolo, Sarah Belsolo Yanti, Sheikh Kuyate, Dr. Clarence Monobar. The list go on and on. Of course, the U.S. Sachet Affairs, Catherine Rodriguez. Yes, as we play our professional, I'd like to say thanks to all of my colleagues here at Truth FM, MARKA, and the rest of the guys, the news department, the radio department, the technician, Our Chief Executive Officer, Musa Hassan Belete, Director General Liability, our SG consultant, Chris, and all of you, for that supportive role. Thank you so much. Let's make Liberia a better place. Don't think negative about the country you are in. Only us can make this country better. I'll be back on tomorrow on behalf of the entire team at the Butler Rachel Lucinin. My name is Oni Roberts, in the midst of all country friends. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.